Hey Liz,
Hello, my friend.
how are you?
I'm good. And actually, I feel like I'm looking cuter than I was intending to today. See?
Very cute, very cute. And I see the tree in the back and
Yeah, I didn't plan that either. It was the only place that we didn't have to move furniture to put the tree, so that's where it ended up. But I was planning, I feel like the winter, I know we're going to talk about health and wellness today. And so I have to tell you that I think winter, um, maybe combined with the new variant, Omicron, has caused me to lapse back into my days and days of wearing my mom sweats.
oh,
And this morning I was gonna put them back on again. And Ian said, wow, honey, those sweats must be self-cleaning. They're so versatile. And
yeah.
I,
So we're gonna blame that on winter and on the Omicron virus, right? Okay.
yes, we are.
Okay, you go, you do you, whatever. So we are already recording since I know you're limited on time.
Great. Yeah, I want to talk about health and wellness and how that um, how that dovetails with the other types of coaching that we're doing. Especially it's December. Can you believe it's December
I
of
can't believe it's
2021?
December.
No, it's
No.
insane. But we all start taking stock of ourselves, whether that's a good idea or not, but at the end of the year, we all do that and try to come up with um, our goals for ourselves. It's when everyone starts going to the gym. In my case, it's usually for like a week.
Well, not usually in December. Usually December is emotional eating, stress eating, not
Yes,
working out, going to parties or,
yes, yes,
eating,
right.
drinking.
January is really the time
January, yeah.
when but we start self-shaming about all of our holiday choices in December. And then, of course, the new leaf turns over in January.
Yes.
Um,
By magic.
which I've been thinking a lot about as I've been going through this program, and thinking about my own health, and degrees of good healthy choices versus indulgent coping choices. And I feel like so much of, in the same way that the calendar year is just a construct that we've made, right? That modern humans have created, this idea of resolutions and of having there be some kind of like finish line that we're all racing toward to be considered healthy is a construct as well. And so I don't know, the last couple months, that's what I've really been pondering as I've been in the classes and I've made goals for myself and reached them in some ways, but not in the ways that I think I initially planned for myself. And so it's caused me to redefine, I think, my measures for what is healthy. And that happens, I think, for a lot of women on a day-to-day basis, this like internal struggle that we have, of course, my dogs are barking at nothing as usual. But this internal voice that says, you're not fitting into the clothes that you used to fit in, or, you look tired, right? Or you have circles under your eyes, or your skin's getting less taut, right? All those things are gravity is coming home to roost. Right.
Cellulite.
Yes, all that. And how much power do we give that versus just being like, okay, this is me now. I have one life, right? I'm in my upper 40s, and so what is healthy versus what is giving up. And that's just, I know I'm not alone in having that dialogue. And one of the epiphanies I've had that I hope that I'm helping clients have for themselves is that I can still do really impressive things for myself, right? I can have goals and reach them, like I ran a marathon in October, right? But I did it in a completely different way than I ever have before. I didn't time myself for any of my training runs, but I did complete all of the training that I had to complete. I didn't lose any weight. In fact, I've yet to fix my broken scale, but I'm just judging by my desire to wear my mom sweats every day instead of jeans. What are jeans even? Why like kids don't wear jeans? They're like, that's stupid, parents. Right. Why would you want us to wear something that's so constricting? But still, I'm always think like I should try to fit in my jeans. And yet I want to consider myself successful in the goal, even though the whole goal, like the reason I set out for the goal was that I knew that I was, had gained the COVID weight and wanted to do something to crowbar myself off the couch. And so.
And you wanted to spend time with yourself.
And I wanted to spend time with myself. And I surely did that. And I've also been spending time with myself based on your influence, doing these 20-minute yoga videos every day, free yoga videos. And again, do I look any different? No, but I feel different. Like I feel more connected to whatever it is that is me, like more connected to my own, this sounds a little bit hippy dippy, but my own essence.
Mm-hmm.
And that feels big, even though same size, still eating the bread and the cheese and the wine. But all in all, I feel more healthy. My definition of healthy.
And I see you smiling and glowing and looking confident.
Yes. Well, it is still a struggle. I mean, you also hear me, right? It's in this moment, I'm feeling good. Mm-hmm. And then I'll have the moments where I feel like, I'm comparing myself to social media or, People magazine, or just like the mom that lives down the street from me that I see walking her dogs. And I'm like, how do you do that? Because she's so toned and, a size 0 or whatever. And then what I come back to is the thing that you and I've talked about regularly. If we were to take all of the minutes that we have spent obsessing over not being skinny enough, pretty enough, young looking enough, and we put that in a chunk at the end of our lives and we can never get that back, how would that change us? And every time I think of that, I'm like, oh my God, no, I wouldn't want to miss out on time with my husband or my kids or going for a hike because I was busy sitting and, self-shaming about how my body's changing over time.
Yeah, I mean, and how draining is that?
It is. And how does it help anything or anyone?
It
right?
doesn't. I saw a quote the other day, something like, if you're worried about a problem that you can fix, then why not just go fix it? And if you're worried about a problem you can't fix, then why are you spending your time worrying? And I thought, yeah,
that's great. Actually, that connects to a quote I read yesterday in a meeting I was in that was very similar. If you can't change reality, change your feelings.
Yeah.
And there's a fair bit of reality that either I can't change, or when push comes to shove, it's not important enough for me to do it. And yet I'm still leaving that wake often, right? That emotional wake behind me where I'm questioning and criticizing myself. And
yeah, so your brain's still back there doing all that work while your body's trying to move ahead in some way. You're not aligned, and it's hard.
Yes.
It's hard not to be aligned. It's weighty. It's draining. It's full of fear and yucky stuff. So alignment is just so important. Your brain and your body have to be aligned and pointed in the same direction. And if your body is ready to walk away from a problem, let your mind walk away from it.
Yes, I think that's right. And that's that idea of alignment. That's what I feel like I'm working really hard to get that for myself. And I have 3 health and wellness clients right now. And those are the conversations that we're having, is where is that disconnect that's preventing them from radical self-acceptance, while also saying, okay, what are my goals, and what are my motives for those goals?
So remind everybody of what certification you got.
I'm a certified health and wellness coach through Well Coaches, which is a certified program. And so it simply means that to me, I'm more well-rounded in terms of the reality that humans don't really compartmentalize, this is my work self and this is my personal self and my family self and my, right? Like they all blend together and flow into one another. And so what I was already certified in, which you are as well, the Hudson professional coach certification, which already has a whole person concept, right? But now I feel like I have more tools and more understanding of the human body, aging, how rest and exercise and diet impact us and our longevity and our day-to-day emotional state. And so I think it just gives me a bit more depth to be able to help clients in all of those realms. And I think it's important.
You have clients now that just come to you for that.
Yes.
And then you also have your other clients.
Right. I'm still doing transition coaching and then leadership development coaching. So transitioning from, a job to looking for a different job, and then leadership development. So people who just got a promotion into a leadership position. And then I have my health and wellness clients.
Do you find that your clients still like to segment? Well, I just want to talk to you about professional, or I just want to talk to you about personal.
Some do, but I have more that come to me because they want to talk about something professional, and then it turns out that they actually really want to talk about their health goals and just their boundaries, right? Because a lot of the things that prevent people from doing what they want to do in their personal lives in terms of self-care are hindered by their feelings of pressure and loyalty to the other roles, one being their job, right? Especially right now. I mean, there's nobody that is going, yeah, it works great.
Right.
I don't know anyone that's saying that. But the pressure of being a parent and being an employee or being a caregiver, because some of my clients care for their parents like I do, those end up hindering their ability to prioritize themselves. So that's where it kind of flows into talking about health and wellness. So several of them have changed, and we've had that conversation. Okay, now we're going to focus in this area. And what I was going to say is, I think it's really important for me just to have integrity as a health and wellness coach, to acknowledge that this is, I consider myself as much a student and as much in a learning place about this as anybody that I work with. So
Yeah, I think you saying all the things you have about, even though you have at times done things like run a marathon, A, it wasn't easy, and B, you didn't exactly meet the metrics you had started off thinking you had, and yet you feel like you're improving. I think being very authentic as a coach, that you're not perfect either. I know it helps me in my executive coaching, but I think even more in health and wellness. Health and wellness can be scary. It can be daunting. People can look at you like you look at your neighbor. Oh, well, she must have it all together because she's a health and wellness coach. And for you to say, no, I'm learning with you, has to be attractive.
I think for the clients that I'm seeking to work with, I think that is important, probably, to have the trust that they need to have in order to really hold a mirror up and talk about some things that are really hard to talk about and feel very connected to shame.
So are you ready for January, when all these clients start reaching out and want to put up a new mirror of 2022 and have a health coach?
I am. I do. I feel ready. And I feel like, again, it's like a symbiotic thing, because I feel like I've learned, with the 3 clients I've had so far, I feel like I've learned as much from them as they have from me. And that feels like a real gift. So
Nice.
here's to it.
Here's to it. Happy gift giving season.
Yes. And in the meantime, I'm going to give myself the gift of driving my 14-year-old to high school and getting Starbucks on the way.
All right, you go. Have a nice
See you soon, my friend.
Thank you, Liz.